Welcome back, viewers. Today we're going to talk about Surds. Okay, now Surds you may have come across in your GCSE course. We stick to the simple formula for Surds. Surds is something where when you're solving a question, you can't really, when you're solving kind of square roots, you can't kind of give the answer, you can't leave the answer in fractions. It doesn't allow you to do that, or decimals. And you have to leave it in a root format. Okay, so that's what surds are. Okay, now we look at let us just look at a simple equation for surds. Say we have x, because to do surds we need to abide by the rule. So we follow the simple rule here, which is x times x square root times y square root. That gives you xy, and then you have x divided by y square root, that gives you x over y, and that's something like this. It leaves you with this. Okay, so this is a simple rule. Whenever we solve a question involving surds, we need to stick to this rule. Okay, so that's the rule. Okay, you can't go outside this rule. So let's take a question, for example, we'll take a simple question. Say we'll do 20, for example, yeah? Now we need to find the square root of 20. So what we need to do is, we know that it's not similar to 25, where you can see here that that's 25, and we know for a fact the square root of 25 is 5. Okay? Alright? And we leave it as once it's solved, we leave the number as a whole number, which is 5. But in this scenario, in this case here, we need to expand this. Okay, so we need to find the factors of 20. So we know the factors. We know the two factors, which is 4 times 5. Okay, and we open this bracket up. We open this number up into two of its factors, for example, here. And when we split it up into its two factors, we know that 4 times 5 gives you 20. So then we can make it bit more simple. We can split this up again into its own individual square roots. So that would become 4 times 5. Okay. Alright. And this then becomes, so we know for the fact that square root of 4 is 2. So that will give you 2 here. And then we're left with square root of 5. So this is how you leave your answer in surds in a root format. Okay. So I'll just quickly jot this down, root format, because it doesn't give you the discretion, it doesn't allow you to convert it into decimal or fraction. So that's what surds are. So but in order to evaluate the surds, you need to abide by the rules. Okay. Now let's have a look at the division one. I hope that's clear, by the way, and by all means you can email me if you have any queries or something you're not very clear with. I'd be very much happy to answer. And let's have a look at this question here. Let's go over the division part. Say we have a surd of, say, 34, okay, divide by another surd, say 23, a little tricky one, yeah? So now we need to find the factors. So in order to evaluate this is exactly the same as this. You can do it like this as well. Okay, 23. Okay, exactly the same as this. But let's stick to the simple rule and let's leave it as on the individual basis, yeah? Okay, now if you've got 34 square root over 23 root square root, now 34 here, you can say, now we need to find the factors for 34. Now that's a little bit tricky one. So what can we say? What goes into 34? So we'll say 12 times 3 is 36. 9 times 4 is 9 fours are 36 again. What is the closest one you can get to? 32, 8 times 4 is 32, isn't it? 8 times 4. That gives you 32 here. So you could possibly do 34, hang on, 34, or you could do, let's have a look, see if it goes into 4, for example. Okay, so can't do this, do the 4, put 0, oh no, can't do that. So 4 goes into 4, 4, 6, 24, 4 sevens are 28, 28, 28. Again, let's give me a decimal answer, isn't it? We can't do that one. 34 minus, that'll give you 2, 1, 8, 8, 10, 4, no, 6, 6 and 0. No, that's not working either, is it? Okay, let's take a simple one. Let's just change this, yeah? Okay, let's go for the different number. Okay, let's make it just a bit more interesting. Let's say, simple. Let's say 36, yeah? So we know that 9 times 4 is 36, yeah? So we can split this number up. Let's say 9 times 4, okay? And let's change this one as well. Let's put this as 21, okay? I think these numbers are not working, so let's put this 21, okay? So 21, we know that 3 times 7 is 21, yeah? Okay, that's better. Now, we can see from here that if you get the square root of 9, we know for a fact that the square root of 9, I hope you can see clearly, yes you can, will be 3 times square root of 4 is 2. Now, bear in mind, you can also do it this way as well. If you're not happy with this, if say you're stuck in some way that you didn't understand this part, you can do it this way. You can split it up into its own constituents, so into its own square root format. So you can do it like this as well. 9 times square root of 4. Okay, and this one as well. 3. Yeah. Okay. This one is also, this format is also highly acceptable in GCSEs. Okay, so now we know that square root of 9 is 3, square root of 4 is 2. Okay, square root of 3, nothing, you leave it as it is. Okay, square root of 7, nothing as well, you leave it as it is. Okay, interesting. Now, you could either, right, that's a good one. Now you can either leave, well, I wouldn't really recommend leaving it as it is, but I was just trying to show you a similar format for this. I mean, if you're confused here, you can do it this way as well, but you can go back. You can leave it like that, but the best thing to do is just multiply this again, 3, 7, because you can't find the square roots. You leave that as 21 square root, okay, and then you've got 3 times 2, 6 over square root of 21. Okay, so this is your answer. Okay, so this is in your third root format, and you leave the answer as it is. Now you solve the equation, solve the question for this one, 36 square root over 21 square root. I hope that's clear, right? We did have a tricky situation early on, but now we've changed the numbers, and because I just wanted to make you viewers understand what's going on in the scenario. So I hope that's clear. 6 over 21 square root, and this is how you leave the answer as it is. You leave the answer here, not as it is. So you leave the answer 6 over square root 21. So I hope it's clear. Keep on sending your subscription, and please do send in your likes and dislikes. So I'll just probably write it down at the top. The answer 6 over root 21. Now, the problem with maths is that the more you practice, the better you could become. So my suggestion to my viewers is, whoever's watching me, is that do as much as practice as you can in Surds. I know you may have your exams coming up. Some may, or some may not. Maybe you may have the exams some may have the exams in the June. They're coming out of May and June, end of May and June, I believe. So this is the way to do it. You need to abide by the simple rules, and maybe in the paper you may not be given this simple rule format, so you probably may have to know it when you go for the exams. So this is how you do it, okay? So that's 6 over root 21, so that's the answer. Thank you very much.